Hey, this is Mitch from Castro Valley Fitness. How y'all doing today? I haven't done a video in a little bit, so I figured I'd do one today. This is a subject that's kind of awful. It's a little different. It kind of goes along lines with some of the things we've been talking about and I've been writing about, but in a little different way. I want to talk about mental health and fitness and the gym and kind of, kind of how that goes. So the most important thing that I believe anyone can get from exercise, generally speaking, is to feel empowered, okay? No matter what your goal is, it really is to kind of enhance that feeling of empowerment in your life. So, and this, I want to be really clear about this next point too. When I say that, it's never about weight loss, okay? That's something that, again, I've been talking a lot about lately, but weight loss is not empowering. We're going to talk about this a little later on in the video, but that's number one. Feeling empowered, which kind of gives you the feeling of being healthy. When you feel healthy, you feel more empowered. When you feel stronger, you feel more empowered. When you are able to move without pain, you feel more empowered. All these things are the best things you can get from exercise, generally speaking. The most important thing you can get from a single workout is a desire for another one. Okay, and this is something I've really been thinking about a lot, really about over the last month or so. Is like, what can you get from a workout? You're not going to get a ton from a single workout, physically speaking. Your body doesn't work that way. Okay, you're not going to have major advancements, generally speaking, over the course of one single workout. But what you can do is set yourself up for workouts to come, which then lead to feeling more empowered and hitting these goals that you want to hit. It doesn't come from one workout, it comes from a series of workouts. That's why kind of overdoing one workout is so detrimental to people. And if you read the thing I wrote about The Biggest Loser a couple weeks ago, it kind of feeds into that. So again, the most important thing you can get from one workout is a desire for another one. And that leads into my next point, which is that the gym itself, going to the gym, can be triggering for a lot of people due to a lot of bad experiences with fitness in their lives. Okay, this can, I've heard stories about people that will join a gym, drive to the gym, and just sit in their car for 20 minutes or a half an hour, and just in tears, getting nervous, and then they just drive home. Okay. Just going to a gym, that's not good. That's not what we want out of fitness. It's not what we want out of going to the gym. And that just doesn't happen out of nowhere, okay? This comes from having bad experiences with fitness in general, whether it's in a gym or out of a gym. It comes from having kind of, overwhelming expectations from exercise or going to a gym. It comes from focusing so much on losing weight that and it not working and having those kinds of experiences. It comes from just not feeling like you're fitting in at the gym because of all the messages that we get about how we're supposed to look in a gym and how people act in a gym. It goes from feeling not knowing what to do once you get inside a gym. That's why, that can be so difficult. You walk in, there's all these bizarre machines and weights and dumbbells, all these things. What am I supposed to do here? I have no idea. I've never done this before, and every time I have, it feels terrible. And it comes from kind of the way the fitness industry speaks to people. It's, you look at the covers of magazines, and it's never people that look like most people. It's scantily clad, skinny models and buff guys, and it's like, that's not how people are. It's not how people look. Really, it's not even how the models really look outside of their photo shoots. So it's really hard for people. And we're made as human beings, the way our bodies are constructed, assuming we don't have any tragedy in our lives, that'll allow us to move. I mean, we're made for physical activity. The body's made to move around and do things, and it makes us feel better, all things being equal. So, I really want to say, doing what you can and doing what you enjoy doing is really important. Again, getting back to feeling empowered about these things that you can do. And it doesn't have to be in a gym. I own a gym. I'd like people to come into my gym. It's how I make my living and support my family. But I don't want people to come in here and feel terrible when they're here. We do everything we can to make it feel good for people. But, an indoor gym setting might not be right it is not right for everyone. It might not be right for you. Find something that you enjoy doing. And think about it in terms of doing things that help you feel more empowered, not less than. Maybe it's not being inside. Maybe it's going on more hikes or going to a dance class or going to a sewing class or something else, just to do something. This also gets into the reasons people come into the gym, because it's so ingrained in our society that, gotta lose weight, gotta lose weight, gotta lose weight. It's like the only goal that people have when they come into a gym is to lose weight. And that's where so much of this stems from. That's where so much of these things happen, because going to a gym to lose weight is terrible. It's terrible. We know that exercise isn't going to help you lose weight. We know this now. There's nothing new about this. Losing weight is inherently disempowering. You don't get it in the gym. And that leads to all these things and all these feelings of failure and feeling valueless and that people have, which is just so damaging, And this goes back to many mindsets and thought processes that we have, particularly women, from a very young age. And you keep hearing stories about women that went on their first diet at 11 years old, and it's so damaging. It's so damaging that, again, what should we be getting out of fitness? It's to be empowered, make us feel better. But if going to a gym makes us feel worse, that's exactly the opposite of what we want. That leads to a whole other cycle about just not feeling healthy, which also makes us feel bad. It just leads to this cascade of really negative thinking and negative emotions. So I really want to get out there that this should feel good. It shouldn't feel bad. It should be something you look forward to, at least to some extent. I understand that exercise is not what everyone loves doing all the time, and that's great. I understand that, but we all know that to some extent it should make us feel better. So I want you to kind of think about that. Think about why it doesn't feel good if it doesn't, and try to work through that. I want to recommend a couple books that I think are great. One is called The F-It Diet. It's kind of spelled out. It's by Catherine Dooner. The other one is called Anti-Diet by Christy Harrison. I'll post links to these books in kind of the notes here. I think both of those will kind of help you kind of weed through some of this stuff. And, I know this whole thing isn't easy. I'm not a professional mental health counselor, obviously, so I really can't speak to some of the trauma that leads to this that goes very, very deep. I'm not going to help you work through that. I can't do that. I'm not trained to do that. I encourage you to try to look through that. If you feel very triggered by going to a gym or you've had some really bad experiences in your life, try to talk through that with someone who can help you kind of get through that, so that maybe the ultimate thing is you don't go to a gym, but maybe it just helps you kind of feel better about physical activity, which helps you feel better in life and more healthy, and again, more empowered, trying to get into that space where you actually feel good. And I know it's not easy, but go easy on yourself and take it as you can. Do whatever it is, Go for a walk a couple times a week if that helps. If you just want to be outside, do something different, do whatever you can do that makes you feel good. You've been given some pretty messed up messages in your life, especially if you're a woman. So kind of take that into account. Try to take the whole expectation game out of it and just do it because it makes you feel good. You understand that in the long run it's a good thing for you. Also understand that this is never going to be, you're never going to be perfect, and that's fine. Just work along that process. I heard a great, a great way to think of it is like, you want to go in a direction. So let's say you want to go west. You never arrive at west. So, you want to be empowered and you want to feel better. You never kind of arrive there, but you can head in that direction. And that's really important and a really important thing to look at. So it's kind of my little rant about, mental health and the gym, and kind of just understanding that it should feel good. It shouldn't feel awful. So do things that make you feel good, not awful. And I hope this helps to some extent. Let me know if it does. Let me know if you have any questions, things I can help you get through in this whole regard. Thank you. Have a great day.